today we're working on a 2012 Scion TC. We're going to be putting, well, there's already a review camera, backup camera in here, but it's not working. So I'm going to rewire it, and I'm going to show you how to rewire it and how the wire goes in and all that with the new harness. And we're going to check for power for the reverse wire and all that. All right, so some tools that you're going to need is you're going to need a 10 millimeter for the bolts for the radio. Ratchet, but I got this battery ratchet, so we're going to be using that. I got my test light right here so we can test for power, or if you don't have one of those, you can use a multimeter to test for power, to test for voltage and see how much voltage you have, and if it goes to 12 volts or 11 volts, and it means you have power. Okay, got a scan tool, because as soon as you take that out of there, that security thing right there, little plug, when you take that little thing off of there and take the plug off there, if you don't want the battery, or if you don't want the airbag light to go on, do not disconnect that. Just let it hang there, because if you disconnect that, then you're going to have a scan tool to erase the ABS airbag light. Okay, and we got our new harness from Emerald Intergrations, and I'm going to put a link in the description below, so in case anybody wants to order this in the backup camera, I'll put a link in the description below, and you can order this. It's really easy, really simple to install, and I'll show you how to do it. All right, so this is a 2012 Scion TC with the factory radio, the Scion TC radio, the Pioneer. This is the Bespoke radio. Okay, so if it says Bespoke on there, this is what you want. BESPOKE, Bespoke radio. All right, so to take this panel off, what you're going to do is you're going to lift right underneath here, and it should just pop out like this. Okay, pop out, and then pop out of here. So just pull straight. Okay, right underneath here is another clip, and then right up here is another one. Just got to get underneath this radio, pop this off, and we should be good to go. All right, so this is the plug that I was telling you about right here. So if you don't want to clear the ABS light, leave this plugged in, okay? Because you will have an airbag light, airbag light on your dash, and then you're going to have to put the scanner on it to clear it, because you will have an airbag code. So if you don't want that to be on there, then do it. But we have one, so I'm going to show you how to do it, just in case you do unplug this and you have an airbag light. I'll show you what it comes up for, and you can clear it, okay? So let's just disconnect that. So we have this separate panel. So that's for their security and your passenger airbag right here. So that does that also. So that's why the airbag light comes on for the passenger airbag light, because there is a switch underneath your seat that the airbag switches when there's a passenger in here and a passenger not. When they sit down, it says passenger airbag on. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it says right there, you can see passenger airbag on. That's why this gives power to this. So that's integrated with your seat. So don't unplug that unless you want an airbag light, okay? All right, now you're gonna have to get your 10 millimeter, get this bolt and this bolt and that one and that one, and then your radio will just slide out here. So let's get our radio out, and then I'll show you what the wiring and all that looks like back there. We'll test for lights, we'll test for ground, we'll test for reverse light, because right now it's not coming on. When you put it in reverse, we're getting power to our reverse switch wire, but it's not coming on. Okay, it's not switching from regular to camera to video in. Okay, video input. All right, let's get the radio out. So now we got the 4 bolts out here, there, and there. Okay, don't worry about that wire there. I was just trying to test it to see if I was getting good ground to everything, trying to connect it to the radio and ground it. Okay, so let's pull the radio out. Radio just slides right out of here, just like this. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna unclick this right here, unclick all these switches here. All right, this one here, and this one here, and then you'll have this one right here, then you'll have your main one right there, and then you'll have this one over here, and then right down here you'll have your antenna wire. Okay, so let's get that unplugged, and then I'll show you what we got. So now I got everything disconnected here. Okay, got this wire, this goes in the top right here. You got this wire, so this is where your external wire is going to go right here. Okay, you got this clip, this one, and this one right here. Okay, so this one right here, this one's for your antenna. Yeah, I think so. I think that one's for your antenna. Maybe that one, might be this one, I don't know. But anyways, so we're going to put this aside for a second. All right, and I'm going to show you what the harness looks like right here. So in this box, you're going to get, when you order this, you're going to get this little harness right here. This is for the Bespoke radio. Okay, 2012 to 2015. Okay, 15 and above doesn't have, or yeah, so it'll show you on there when you look it up, but it doesn't have this. You need this for 2012 to integrate this into the radio. Okay, so what you have is, you have your plug that goes in there. You have your power, your camera power right here. So this gives a power to your camera. All right, and then your video in or video out, whichever one you want to call it. So your yellow is your video. Okay, this one right here is your trigger wire for your reverse to switch the radio from that. Okay, this wire is just going to be a separate wire. Okay, so this wire right here is what's going to plug in. You see the little plug right there, the little pigtail plug right there? It's going to go in the harness, and it goes right there. You can see that black wire that goes into that one. I'll show you which one it is. Okay, it's number 2 plug on that. Okay, so we're going to pull the one out, and we're going to place it with this. Okay, so that goes over there. All right, so now you got this camera power, you got that plug, and then you have this plug. Okay, so this plug is going to plug into the back of your radio. All right, so that black reverse trigger wire that you got right here goes in that second pin on the top. Let's see if I can focus right there. Okay, so the little clip needs to go on the bottom, and the flat part needs to go on the top, and then kind of give it a little yank to see if it's in there. So it's in there, so we're good there. Okay, so I think the problem was the other wire that I had, this one, you see the clip on the back, it didn't have a clip no more, so it broke, because I was trying to figure out which pin this went in, and on the diagram it kind of shows that the second one right here, so that's the one I put it in, and I had to pull it back out. So now we're good. Now we have a reverse trigger wire. So now we're going to hook this one up to right down here where it says reverse trigger wire. That's going to the back light, in the back reverse light. I've got it hooked up there. I'll show you. I didn't use the one over here, that little yellow light, or the pink wire over here for the reverse. I just hooked it up that way, but you can hook it up that way if you want to. Okay, so now I think we're good. Now I just need to hook this wire right here. I need to go underneath and hook it where I spliced it in down there, and we'll see if we're working. Okay, so this extra plug on here, this extra plug that plugs into the back of the radio right here, okay, this one right here, you can cut this one off. You don't need this. Okay, that's why my other one looks like that, where I cut it off. And I'll show you right here that this little red wire right there, that's the one I cut off. So I cut that extra little plug off there. So the only thing you really need is your camera power, this for your video, okay, and this plugged into the back of the radio. So you don't need to plug this back in right here you don't need to plug this back into the radio anymore. So this is just there, okay? So let's hook everything up. And so I got power here. I got power right there. I got my ground, so I'm gonna get my ground hooked up here. So it comes with these little wire splitters. So I put these in here for the power for the radio, to power the antenna or the radio when you turn it on. So powers the radio, which powers the rear view, which powers the camera. So that's the one that I have connected right there. So I'm gonna be connecting that one to there, which gives camera power here, and then camera power to the back camera. So you got 2 extra powers off your thing right here, okay? So that gives that power and gives the harness power for your video input, okay, or video output. So let's get this buttoned up. I'll get this hooked up, get this wired pulled through here. I'll hook it up down there, like I said, right down there where that reverse wire is, which I got coming from the back. All right, so I got that wire coming from the back down here, right down there. So we'll get this hooked up and then we'll see if it works. I'm gonna fix that with some heat shrink, but I just wanted to make sure it was gonna work before I heat shrink everything up. I just taped everything up for now, but I'm gonna fix it, put some heat shrink on it and put some solder on it. But that's the reverse trigger wire, okay? You can do the pink wire from inside. Open the door here. Okay, so this panel will come out right here, and then this panel comes out, and there's a pink wire in there. I didn't use the pink wire because it's so small to get to. I just ran the 12 volt from here, and I ran it back. I ran it back right here to where the reverse light, okay? So your black wire on your reverse light is your power. Your white and your black is the ground, okay? So run it to your black wire on here, which is going to give you positive. You can always check it, make sure that you're getting power from it, okay? When you put the car in reverse, you can check it on your multimeter or check with a test light, make sure you're getting power, okay? So I ran this all the way up, okay? Camera here. This camera's going out because it messed up on me, so this camera's going to get replaced. But the way I ran it is I ran it through right right through here, okay? And then I ran it down here, plugged it in here, ran it down in through there, that little grommet right there, I ran it in, and then underneath the header panel, I ran it in, and then ran it down the side, and then to the radio, okay? So, and I'm gonna show you right now that it works. And then if you want to see how to install it, you can check out my next video, because that will be in the next video coming up. All right, let's put the radio back in here. Let's put it in reverse. And there you go. And my thing is right here. You could actually see the radio on the screen. So it's switching over from regular screen when I put it in there from that black reverse wire, okay? So there you go. Let's put it back in park. Goes back to normal mode, reverse. There you go. So that's how to hook in a radio in your 2012 Scion TC using Emerald Intergrations wiring harness. And there you go. You can see some back of me. Put it in park, goes back to the radio, put in reverse, switches over to video mode, right there. Check surroundings for safety, and there's your line. So if you want this switched, or if it was put in upside down or down here and you want it switched, there's 2 wires in the back. You just cut those wires. It will take these lines out of here if you want the lines gone. And the other one is to invert the video signal, and it'll invert the camera over without having to switch the camera up and down. But there you go, it's working. So that's in the Scion 2012. Hit me up if you need any help. Scion TC. One more time. Bam. All right, so we just installed the radio harness for the Scion TC 2012. Needs to have that 16-pin wiring harness from Emerald Intergrations. I'll put a link in the description below so you can purchase that. You can purchase the harness and the backup camera off of there. I'm gonna see if they'll give me a promo code for doing it. So just check down below. If there's a promo code, then use it. I'm going to talk to them, see if they'll sponsor this video and do all that. But there you go. If you have any questions, you can hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, or you can email me at jcmotorgarage, or you can comment below and I'll get that notification too, and I'll help you out. But I hope this video helps you out. I know there's people wanting it since my last video I put out. It was cold outside. I was first learning the 2012, the Scion TC, the Bespoke radio, and how this integrates with the factory radio. But I figured it out, so just passing along the information. So if you like this video and it helped you out, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And we'll see you next time on JC Motor Garage. And stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to be installing the backup camera and taking this one out, so I'll show you exactly how to route it.